Right now I'm going to be going through the different technologies we used during our planning and publishing phases and how to upload things to our blog. So for our planning, we used Microsoft Teams as a means of communication via the whole group, and this is of my partner James Clinic and my other partner Christian Stricker, and this is how we communicated throughout the whole process. And as you can see here, we have a bunch of messages about Final Cut and those sort of things. Okay, and for our actual blog, I have 101 blog posts, and I'm going to be going through how each of these blog posts work. So, for example, let's start. Okay, so you look here. This is a bunch of tags. These tags, they help me to, when I click view blog, I can go down the side and I can see I want to look about something about shot types. Okay, so click that, and then I have tagged something, and I've tagged a blog post about shot types. For example, here camera reaching close up, and this is a 10-second denotation clip from a film opening. That's one of the tags for shot types, and this is a denotation of a previous AS coursework, and just how shot listings work in this past film opening and that sort of thing. And I can look at my stats easily. Not very interested to me. I guess it's cool to have an audience in the States. Four page views in the United States. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm sorry about that noise. Now we go to theme, and this is where I did the customization of my blog, and this is how it looks due to this. I made it so that my partners and we all have the same exact layout, which means that if we had to copy one, if we've done all the work on one blog post, instead of having to do the same work again and again on each other's blogs by ourselves, we would copy from one blog to another. And we go back to once it loads, we go back to how it was before. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be right back. Okay, I am back, and we were talking about how I used the theme settings to customize and edit the layout of my blog. Now it shows this photo here, this photo right here, of the cameraman in the Formula 1 car, because I like Formula 1, and I guess it was kind of funny with the blog post and stuff. So this is where I also used a lot. This is a feature I used a lot. I went into the sidebar here and added a bunch of gadgets. For example, search this blog, 12 page views, but all the links lists I have are ones that I've created by clicking add a gadget and scrolling down to links list and clicking add, and then by naming a title, things, and that sort of thing. And then I would paste the site name and then a URL, and then just add link, and voila, and then I click save, and it would be there. So that is basically how I used what was YouTube, and this is to upload rough cuts and different evaluation questions, for example. And this is also where I uploaded my previous VODCasts and other sorts of gimmicks. I've made a lot of these. I made a lot of these private because, well, I've updated them since, and they don't really work anymore. But some of them are also public, because otherwise the embedding wouldn't work with Blogger. And that's, for example, here I did the same podcast, uploaded it 3 times to YouTube so I can see what I had to do in school and at home, because we used the MacBooks in school, and the files transfer between Final Cut into my Windows computer, which doesn't have Final Cut obviously because it's not on Mac, so I use this as like guidelines. Anyways, moving on to SlideShare. This is another tool we used, where we'd upload Word documents and the long presentations onto this, and then we'd embed it into our blog post. And all you have to do is click embed and copy, and it'll be on your clipboard, and you just control V in a blog post, and voila. And we use this for a lot of our Word documents, as you'll see around the place. Now for a podcast, we use SoundCloud. I put only 2 podcasts on here because mainly we all record the podcasts ourselves, and we upload them to my partner James's SoundCloud, and that's hence why he has so many, and he names them podcast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on. And that's basically how we used SoundCloud. We would go on here, and then we'd click upload, and we'd find a file, go through our libraries, find a file, and then it'd be uploaded pretty easy. And by uploading it to a blog, we'd also use the embed. Then by uploading it to our blog, we would also use the embed function, hence why it's like this. Anyways, that was all the planning and communication tools we used for our whole blog. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I'll see you another time.